When you look into and carefully and objectively study the topic of the midnight sun, you will realize and conclude that the midnight sun is one of those unmistakable and blatant evidence that the earth, your earth, is indeed flat.
Please subscribe. Usually when I'm looking for a video to react to, I start in the comment section below my latest video to see if any of you have left me any recommendations, and sometimes I can find some real gems there. And this morning was no different. But the gem I found today wasn't a link to a YouTube video at all. It was this. Hey man, can you do your YouTube audience a favour? Please stop dyeing your eyebrows. It's weird with a white goatee and dark eyebrows. But in saying that, that's my opinion and the two other people I know who watch your show. Thanks. Please keep showing them flat brainers, I mean earthers, how smart they make themselves look. I don't even know what to say to that, but on that note, I hope that the video we're reacting to today is 50% as amusing as that comment was. But before we all find out, today's video is sponsored by Fume. Are you ready to break free from those habits that aren't exactly serving you well? Well, let me introduce you to Fume, a revolutionary way to embrace a healthier lifestyle. Now, Fume stands out from the crowd with its completely natural flavoured air. No nicotine, no batteries, and most definitely no harmful additives. Just pure, enjoyable flavour that you can savour whenever and wherever you choose. And with over 300,000 people already making the switch, Fume is quickly becoming the top choice for those looking for a cleaner, healthier alternative. And here's a little something extra for you. If you use my code Creaky when you place your order, you'll receive a free topper for your Fume device. And this handy little addition provides a softer touch to your experience. And it's chewable and reusable. Perfect for keeping those hands busy. The holiday season, you can give the gift of better habits with Fume. So head over to tryfume.com/Creaky and use code Creaky to get a free Fume topper when you order a journey pack. It's the perfect addition to make your gift even more special. And if you're lucky, you could even win one of Fume's limited edition gold-plated devices this holiday season. So head over to tryfume.com/Creaky or just scan the QR code on the screen and grab yours now and make somebody's holiday unforgettable. Right then, let's get back to the video, shall we?
Now, on one hand, we have to give credit where credit is due in the last 200 years to the brave northern men and others who toiled, navigated, and explored the tough, cold, and inhospitable lands of the Arctic and the southern Antarctic regions.
I like it, a powerful opening statement. But if all that is on one hand, then I'm almost too scared to ask what the other hand was up to.
Yeah, boy.
These were indeed brave men, for sure. Their efforts and sacrifice today stand as landmarks in the realms of navigation and seamanship.
Seaman.
However, on the other hand, when you look into and carefully and objectively study the topic of the midnight sun,
You quickly learn that it's completely impossible on a flat earth?
you will realize and conclude that the midnight sun is one of those ineradicable, unmistakable, and blatant cosmographic and geographic reality and evidence that the earth, your earth, is indeed flat and motionless.
So you're going to use something which is completely impossible on a flat earth to prove that the earth is flat?
Interesting.
You must understand this. The midnight sun is a natural phenomenon, and as such, it cannot be emulated.
Hang on, it can't be emulated. I completely agree. So why are so many other flat earthers saying that we're going to be using a fake sun to fool people?
but it can be concealed through technological fabrications.
Well, that's a pretty broad term. So is your claim that the processes and techniques used to transform raw materials into desired shapes or products using advanced technology is what will be used to fool people into thinking that they saw a 24-hour sun in Antarctica? Because that's what technical fabrication is. But I'm sure you already knew that.
And you might be thinking right now,
you have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm still thinking about that comment at the beginning of the video. Do I dye my eyebrows? No, I don't.
How do we really know that's the case? Come on the ship right now and let us see for ourselves.
Now, for once, I've actually watched this video from beginning to end. And when I say the next part is a bit... let's just watch it. But it's a bit strange.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Did-it-did-it-did, did-it-did-it-did. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. If you have to take anything from this video, take this. If there was ever any written documentation or legacy or eyewitnesses account by navigators, travelers and explorers about the seeing and the witnessing of a midnight sun, it is always in the northern hemisphere.
No, it isn't. There are literally thousands of videos of the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, which is in the southern hemisphere.
Or somewhere around the Arctic region. For example, one of these written documentations has been left behind by this noble man, Paul Belloni Ducalou, a French-American traveler.
Who lived in the late 1800s, so it isn't exactly the most up-to-date testimony, is it?
Anthropologist, as well as other expertise. As a traveler and a man of knowledge, he wrote many things in his chronicles.
In the late 1800s?
And from his work, The Land of the Midnight Sun, he wrote the following. Now let's take a look at Antarctica. Has there been any witnessing or written documentation about the midnight sun by the explorers and sailors who went there?
Yeah, loads. Captain Cook, who you mentioned yourself, circumnavigated the continent in the 1770s and sailed south of the Antarctic Circle. And his journals describe the long daylight hours experienced during the southern summer. Why are we using information that's hundreds of years out of date? There's people down there now.
Captain Cook, one of the most famous British travelers, a man who spent a great deal of time in the great southern ocean and beyond, he said nothing about a midnight sun.
But Cook did encounter the midnight sun on his second voyage from 1772 to 1775, where he circumnavigated the globe at an extremely high southern latitude, crossing the Antarctic Circle multiple times. Now, his journal from that voyage does contain descriptions of the prolonged daylight, and there are accounts of the sun remaining above the horizon for extended periods. Even at midnight, you'll find phrases like constant daylight and descriptions of how the sun's position changed, or didn't change, throughout the day and night.
There is no midnight sun in Antarctica.
Now, as well as James Cook, he went on to mention other explorers, but they all had one thing in common. Now, he thinks that one thing is that they didn't mention the midnight sun. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Captain James Cook certainly did. But as far as the others go, they've got something in common with Captain James Cook. They were all around in the late 1700s to late 1800s. So again, it's not exactly the most up-to-date information you could have shared with your audience, is it? And I wonder why that is.
Or shall we call it the Great Southern Circumference?
You can call it anything you like. As far as I'm concerned, you can call it the Great Southern Sausage. It still won't change the fact that Antarctica is a continent and it does not wrap around a flat Earth. And also, there's a 24-hour sun there in the Antarctic summer, whether flat earthers believe it or not. It makes no difference at all.
There is no benefit whatsoever to make things up in order to cause controversy. No, rather, this is the absolute truth, what you are watching here. with timegate moments.
Well, I beg to differ, because every single point you've made so far can be very easily debunked with a little bit of reading.
Put it this way, if there was really a midnight sun in the Great Southern Circumference, aka Antarctica, these men right here, these explorers, sailors, brave navigators, they would have left behind some sort of a record.
And they did. Just Google it. And while you're Googling that, you may as well Google when these other explorers went to the Antarctic, because they weren't all during the Antarctic summer, so they wouldn't see a 24-hour daylight, would they?
Nevertheless, right at this moment, whatever your philosophy or attitude or world view, you are probably thinking,
Hey man, what about cameras, video footages, things people have uploaded around the earth, or perhaps from even Antarctica?
Right, now I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark here and guess that we're no longer talking about the late 1700s to late 1800s, because, you've mentioned cameras.
And this and that, and this and that.
Don't forget the other.
To be democratic about this, we must maintain fairness in the overall argument of things, which brings us to part 2 of this video. Therefore, let us go. Lights, cameras, action. Let's go.
Brace yourselves, he's about to do that bizarre singy thing again. Yeah, that's not weird at all.
Now let's take a look at some brilliant short videos from the Arctic showing the midnight sun captured by the local people.
Now, this is something I find really strange about flat earthers. Now, since the final experiment was announced, they've all gone into a state of panic, and they keep referencing the 24-hour sun in the Arctic. Why is it you accept there's a 24-hour sun in the Arctic, but you refuse to believe that there's a 24-hour sun in the Antarctic? Now, the reason the Arctic gets a 24-hour sun is exactly the same as the reason the Antarctic gets a 24-hour sun. So, what's the difference? Apart from one being in the north and one being in the south, obviously.
As you can see clearly, in the north, in this case Sweden, the midnight sun is a local, national and regional fascination for the people there.
Yeah, but so is the 24-hour southern sun. But flat earthers don't want to talk about that, do they? And I think I know why. It's because you've managed to make the 24-hour sun in the north work on a flat earth, but none of you have been able to make it work in the south on a flat earth. And that's going to be a huge problem for you come December the 15th.
isn't this interesting? Let's check this out. So, the sun will set and vanish out of sight right about there.
Yeah, but it hasn't set, has it? The sky is still blue. All that's happened there is you've used a punched-in frame from the video so that you can say, aha, where's the sun gone? It's just gone out of frame. It's still there. You can tell by the color of the sky.
She's gone for good. You see, no shadows on the ground because no sunshine in the sky.
And you don't think that all those clouds in the sky may have something to do with that?
And then we are left waiting and waiting some more. Wait for it. Wait. Maybe she's not coming. Wait for it. Here it comes. There she goes, right there.
Yeah, but you're just manipulating the footage, you clown. How about we look at an actual, unedited 24-hour time-lapse of the southern Antarctic sun?
Right, take the wind, this wind thing here. Even if you were to take it from there, after that little camera glitch, you definitely get a full rotation following the sun. So I don't want to see anything on the internet about that pattern, because after the pattern there's still a full rotation. This is what they call evidence in the real world, in the real earth, in the real whatever you want to put. These are the clouds again. And these are the clouds that did get repeated in the documentary. You were correct about that. But it was an editing decision, not a falsification decision, I think is what they call it. Lovely. All the way around, there's that building that I said looks like a gymnasium again.
Now that's the time-lapse you should all be using to honestly represent what the sun does in Antarctica during its summer. But oh no, you won't do that, will you? Because it proves you wrong.
The only way to make it in Antarctica is to fake it. Even if you go back to video 4 for Antarctica, you will realize the same technique is being used.
Yeah, we know the same technique is being used by flat earthers, because every single time a flat earther shows a time-lapse of the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, they use an edited version which has been... well, it's been edited, isn't it? That's why it's called an edited version. The original, the one I just showed, is available on YouTube. Just look at it. It shows you unequivocally that the sun stays in the sky for 24 hours a day in Antarctica during the Antarctic summer. And if you think it doesn't, then I'm afraid you are nothing more than a complete moron. Huge thanks to Foon for sponsoring another video. All the information you need is linked in the description below this video and in the pinned comment. Well, there we go. We're at the beginning of week 3 of Let's Get Creaky to 100,000 subscribers, so he shuts up about it and talks about something different. We're just approaching 92,000, so we need another 8,000 subscribers to make sure that I hit my goal by the end of 2024. So you know what to do. Share the videos, tell people about them, whatever. I really don't care. All I care about is getting to 100,000 subscribers and getting a shiny silver play button on the wall behind me. Or behind me. I haven't decided when I'm going to put it yet, but I have decided that I'm going to get one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Love you. Bye.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 it's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Work that into meat. Give your meat a good old rub. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.